Hello guys, welcome back. Today I want to show you guys a little trick here which it can be sometimes very helpful if you have a Toyota car or even any car that uses the variable displacement compressor. I think about a week or so I got this very car AC back to factory fitted, right? Reinstall the variable displacement compressor that comes with it. This is 29210 Toyota Corolla, and after getting that compressor back on, I did a lot of procedures which I often do to avoid any failure of the system sensitive component. So this customer called me back this morning that the AC stopped blowing cold yesterday. I did actually recollect vividly that there are some loose contact within the system, such as this guy right here that connected to the pilot control or solenoid control valve, which I'm about to address, because you can see right now the pins are a little bit wide. But that is not one of the tips which I'm just about to give you guys. That's just outside the situation. Now, after 7 days, it is actually imperative or pertinent to take a look at the system internally and see how the compressor are performing with some other system components such as the condenser, evaporator, expansion valve. Now, what's going to give you that detail is grabbing the dipstick, all right, and pull it out. Now, this is the dipstick for the engine. Funny, the car AC system doesn't have a dipstick, so the dipstick which we often look at, which is a cheat code, is the texture of the oil that's present inside the system. If the oil is as intact and clean, healthy as you introduce inside the system, then you still have a long way to go with the system. But if it doesn't, if it is colorated, maybe like a bad oil, some sort of a oil which need a replacement, then you have a problem. Then some other things you need to look at is leaks. Now we look at the suction line here. There don't seem to be some sort of a leak within that side, but when we look at the discharge, there is a play of oil here. You can see it right there. So which means this valve here, the core valve, not only the core valve, could actually be leaking refrigerant, and that can be very detrimental to the well-being of the system if it is huge. Now if we take a look at it, you can still see more trace of oil right there. So a very key attention to detail is the trick here. Now if you look down there, I don't know if you can see it clearly, but I can see how I can see the sanity of the oil that is inside the system there, and that gives me assurance that this very system is gonna go way long before having any issue. However, I still want her to drive it around for like another week before I can recover the refrigerant within this very system, replace this very core valve. There is another O-ring seal that is sitting right on that head pressure service port right there, so need to replace that. Then I want to show you, then replace this very one here. Okay, hearing a hissing noise is actually coming from here, not from there. But if it's coming from there, then you need to address it quickly, because you don't want the system to lose oil and some other. So if you look here, you're gonna see how clean the oil is. Now if it's losing oil really rapid, then you got a serious problem which you need to attend to, else it's gonna lead to compressor failure. Most Toyotas are not prone to failing quickly when they lose oil, but you don't want to do that with Kia or Hyundai, else you're going to be rebuilding the whole system again. So for me, seeing the oil this very clean, this much clean, gives me assurance that the systems are all smiling and shaking hands with each other, and so I don't have to really bother myself much about this. The only thing which I need to fix right now is this loose contact with this very socket here have, and I brought out some of my little checkbox tools, quick fix tools, which I'm going to be using to address it. Now let me show you something here, which is my favorite, and I'm going to recommend you guys to get it because it's going to be very good as a service technician to have this. This is picker, or I don't know if you call it the tweezer, which the guys who fix smartphone uses. This is very handy when it comes to rebuilding this socket that are very loose, all right, which can create some sort of intermittent function of the AC system. So you need to use it to straight out the pins. Now for this one here, I'm gonna remove these pins here. I'm gonna remove them one after the other, and you cannot do it well without this one, without using this speaker. So I'm going to remove the two of them, then readjust it before putting it back into the system, and that's going to ensure a firm contact with the pilot control down there, and that should eliminate any some sort of vibration that's going to make the AC to quit working. So however, if you don't know your onion very well and you get to install this very compressor here, well, it's going to be a lot of nightmare. Now further, the last thing which I want to do is to further analyze where the leak is coming from on the head pressure, like I said previously. Okay, here, let's take a look at it. If we take a look at it from here, let me get my picker. Right, I want you to pay attention. If suppose the oil is leaking from here, just here, then we shouldn't see spot of oil around here. I'm trying to point your mind in the right direction to know where exactly this leak is coming from. So if it is coming from here, then we should see the oil, clean oil or even dirty oil around here, but we have only clean oil around this very location here, which means it can be leaking from here or leaking from here. But since we are seeing some spot of oil from the notch here and the gripper here, so which means this oil is actually coming from here all the way down here, so which means this core valve here is what needs to be replaced, this core valve that is right inside here. Now also going to take a look at the cover. Look at here where I placed it. You can see that there are some sort of oil rain from the top here, but if we look down inside also again, we're going to see that there are some droplet of oil from the inside, the interior diameter of this very cover here. So that tells us that back here, that this is where the oil is leaking from and going down to this very area here. So what is bad that you need to replace is the core valve here, and not going to stress yourself in losing this very one here, because if you don't have the right seal, you could be creating more problem trying to lose that very core, the service port right there. So guys, I hope you find this very helpful. Now I wouldn't recommend for a temporary fix, I'm gonna say you should find an O-ring seal that should be like 3/8, and get it into this very position here, into here. I'm gonna show you real quick how to do that. So when you tie it, it's gonna help to seal up this very place here using this very cover here. That's gonna be a temporary measure until when you replace that very core valve there. So I have a bunch of them in my key here for emergency purpose. So I'm gonna get one out of here right now and put it right inside there. So that's gonna be the fix for now until within a week time, when I'm gonna re-inspect this very system here and see if the leak continues. Then if it does, I'll have to replace this very valve here. Now one last thing which I want to teach you guys again is this guy here. Now when you discover any leak within those sections there, it could be some sort of a little bit error, so you can use this very guy here to tighten it. But if it is tight, then that's an indicative that you need to replace it. So as I've checked it right now, it's very, very tight. So replacement is going to be a call to action in a very severe case, because a very little thing like this can result into a bigger problem, like I explained previously in this very video. So thank you for your time. If you have any further question concerning what I've taught you guys today, drop it in the comment section and I'm gonna get back to you guys later. Bye for now.